It's your favorite time again, baby dolls. We are here for a doom scroll of Twitteroonies, aren't we? Mr. Moon, it's crazy that 7,000 people are going to split a $1 billion airdrop for HyperLiquid. That is, I just calculated, $142,000 per person. Be great. HyperLiquid, one of the unicorns of this cycle. Some people say it was obvious. I think like Ansoy said, oh, so obvious, so obvious. Yeah, man. I don't know why. I just got a bit of a, it grinds my gears when people say anything's obvious. Hey, was this obvious, by the way? Was this? Were you telling everybody to sell soy? It's down 40% against Ethereum from literally almost a year ago. Were you telling everybody to sell soy, or were you saying it's just getting started because the president just chose the chain for the meme coin? See what I mean, friends? So when people say it's obvious, it ain't obvious. You know what I mean? There's just watch out for these things. Never read. It's a game of probabilities out here. You're here to buy low, sell high. It ain't so obvious. Okay. Check this out from Tensor. Everyone chill and just buy NFTs. Lil chillers. So this might be a chill house thing out here. I hope NFTs come back, man. They got to come back, right? If they were first cycle, last cycle, they have to come back. The thing, though, is which NFTs come back. I'm not in the game at all. All we know of CryptoPunks. CryptoPunks never got cheap enough for me. They held the floor against ETH. Hope they rise up. And maybe the monkey JPEGs come back for one more cycle hit. But there's just, I'm sure if you're in the NFT world, it's a bit of a different, right? Different style out here. You got to buy blocks of them. That's what the NFT JPEG is. Icons, and by the way, I could the thing as well, man. Once again, stablecoin super cycle's first cycle in this one, And yeah, I do refer everything back to pDAI. Just like if you're in an altcoin, you probably want to refer back to Bitcoin or Ethereum. You know what I mean? As your reference. Like, okay, if I'm leaving that as an alternative, what does this thing offer? And there are going to be cherry-picked ones that do well, which is funny, friends. I'll play some Pumpy G. Let's play some Cranky G music, actually. It's funny. There's one dude. He said, Sommi, stop fading all the big movers in Solana. Stop it. There have been big moves in Solana. And then I asked him, I go, okay, bro, tell me the coins that are going to move before they move. Not after it's done 28x and you're showing me the cherry-picked 3 coins of the month when 2,700 are down, which were also mentioned by LA Vape Cabal losers and scum who are like, yes, put this foot in your mouth. This is the only meme coin you'll ever need to buy. Where is that? You don't provide that for me. You have no value. Every single time. And by the way, every time I ask that, they go blank. They shut their mouth. How come I've never been able to have a single conversation with someone? It's always, they say one sentence and I'm like, hey, instead of crying in the casino and being a little bitch, tell me coins that are going to go up before they go up. And they just go blank. And don't give me cherry-picked coins because, it probably, friends, is the funny part. I make them, I guess, think, right? Because I got a peanut brain. I don't do any thinking. Betty, okay, minus 70 IQ. But these questions are asked, it makes them actually think about, oh, I actually know of 58 coins and I have just selected 2 of them to have gone up. I didn't know they were going to go up before. Otherwise, I would have went on in that. It's just, that's why we don't waste our time here. And by the way, you keep wasting my time answering useless questions like that, you get muted for about 580 days. You can come back in the next bear market lows when you're begging me to make green thumbnail videos to pump the market for Bitcoin. Shout out to the Kingsman. Some say he's a man of kings. pDAI is currently a fixed price for a reason. Someone knows you're willing to sell at these low prices. Take your little gains and scram. I'm not going to say anything. Very interesting. And by the way, he was replying to himself from July 23rd. I like those commentary. I do think that while LibertySwap is building other bridges to come into PulseChain, Richard Hunt is giving outsiders a chance to buy pDAI, but at a fixed price, basically. Interesting. And yes, friends, as you saw yesterday, there was some absolute bombshell, breaking, explosive PulseChain games coming our way with pDAI literally blowing the roof off, doing a plus 50% flush up. It's done this little jittery action, come back down. It's doing this daily candle, but we don't really care about this. I mean, like, it's so low anyway. But why is this important? We officially now, as I showed you, friends, we achieved glitter pants for ourselves. Right here. Maria dropped his disco underpants that we achieved right here. Okay, amazing. We get plus agility, so hopefully we start pumping up faster in the bull market. This was the third level. So what happened here? All the FUD started. First, it was Maria saying I stole all the guns in Kentucky and saying I'm an insider. Then we had Richard Hart saying stupid pDAI 33 times. And then we had this price level, which is actually here, which is Catty and her auctions. So it was 0.5 cents, 0.4, and 0.3. Okay, and now we went to 0.6 cents. We went all the way down, practically to zero, come back up, bank. So we've recovered the FUD. That's why it's extremely important. Check out what we have next as well, friends. We have D-Train. There is zero bid on memes. It's actually incredible FCK truck. So when it comes to memes and like, you know, what's coming out, it is true, friends. We did have a lot of memes blow off last year. However, everyone relates to them. They're so easy to get in. I still believe in them. I still do believe. And we can't really write anything as complete yet because of others' BTC chart just guiding us, right? We've only had 1 month, man. 1 green month. You know, we want to see the repetition of them. And isn't it funny, friends? Meme coin super cycle started last year and it was just straight going down for everything in crypto. There was just so many red months as well. So it's going to be very interesting how it plays out. But man, like, this is the thing, man. Listen, I'll tell you one thing. There's 100,000 memes. Yeah? But there's only one ping pong coin. That's it. There's only one ping pong coin. There is only one, you know? It's not, you can't just say just a meme. There are multiple protocols on PulseChain which are pointing to this contract address 1D0F. 1 for $1, D for a big dong, right? Also for $, 1D, $1. 0 amounts of soy, and F for friendship. 1D0F. Die. And it was forked over from Ethereum. We've literally never seen it before. Firstly, no one's ever done a system state. Literally no one's ever done. There's just so many elements of these. We're like, dude, okay, if you split the hairs, okay, you've seen each individual hair, but no, we've never seen anything like it. That's why I'm excited by that still. First stock unicorn. Shout out to Mr. Master Friend as well. We're all going to make it. Who are you watching in the background, sir? That's awesome. With these chips. Oh, man. Yeah, these are the day. These are the day, friends. These are the days. Do you like eating while you watch stuff? I have to watch something while I eat. I don't know why. I have to watch something. I just double enjoyment. I just don't like eating in silence watching the food. I don't like, you ever watch those movies, friends? It's always like the family and like, Father, please pass the salt. And Dad's like, I was working in the coal mines today and I was thinking about your mother. It's not me. I'm always just watching something out here. Don't know why. A lot of you watch me. That's good. I got my clothes on, so it's family friendly. Also, friends, what I love doing, you've probably noticed, I love it when you guys just put your living room where you actually watch and you put it out there. There's just like, it's so all over the world. And the one that blew me, like, all of it actually blew me apart. There's Mr. Custard going to work, doing this, because I do the same thing when I'm watching. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny. It's really cool. So yeah, keep sending them, man. Keep sending them. Or watch it. I love seeing them. I don't know why. It's like just teleporting everything around the world. Like, it just makes it really come together and excites me. MicroChat Saylor, join our live stream for a discussion of our Q2 financial results, including a review. Now, friends, see, MicroStrategy is a stock, and these are his Ponzi products. STRK, F, D, and C. Now, STRC, I made a video for you yesterday. It's called Stretch. It's an actual stable coin, okay? And it's kind of a ping pong coin. Yeah, it actually is. So what they do is I think they peg it to $100. If it goes to 101 or $99, if it goes to 101, they mint more of it and dump. If it goes down, I don't know, they use, I forgot how it works. It's Ponzi mechanics every time. Okay, like what I mean by Ponzi mechanics is don't get lost in the weeds, bro. If Bitcoin goes down, you're all fucked. I'm about to say the F word. You're all frogged. You're all trucked. Okay, but in bull markets, there's a lot of magic, and they're like, oh no, this is different. This can do this and no. Let's not make any mistakes about this, brother. Bitcoin goes down, we're all wrecked. We know it. Okay, so just be careful when it comes to that. Also, It's funny. I was watching Dylan LeClair, his interview, talking about, oh yeah, this is the greatest stablecoin, but not. He says he was making a joke. He's like, oh, but Ethereum, and he goes, the crypto guys. He goes, because they can't make any money off it, they don't want to talk about MicroStrategy stablecoin. He goes, it's the best thing ever. I'm like, no, it's not, Dylan. What are you talking about, bro? Firstly, you can only buy on the NASDAQ, so you don't own shit, number one. Number two, it's only backed by BTC, which is pretty good. It's the best collateral in crypto, number two. But I've got to add an asterisk to that. It's backed by an institution that backs the BTC, which is also taken on 50,000 conduit routes of Ponzi leverage, and they are drastically raising their average price, right? It's up to 73,000 now. Might be hit 100 one day, might hit 130. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're building into the bubble. That's what I'm saying, friends. I'm building into the bubble, and why I'm like this, like, yes, push. I'm saying push it, push the bubble up, push the bubble up. We're all gonna get rich, okay? I want that, but we should stay grounded. Because I'm telling you, friends, because like, this is what happens, right? People who, if you stay grounded, but if you lose discipline once, you gotta remember, man, when you're confident, you do anything, dude. It's not you. You're high on drugs. You literally do or say anything because you don't know any consequences, yeah? But unfortunately, in markets, your brain, you don't know the difference between accidentally rotating $200 in versus 200,000 into the wrong thing at the wrong time and losing it all, okay? And then you pay the price 4.5 years later. So, and by the way, all the weak hands are in Bitcoin. We already know that. Okay, strong hands are in altcoins. How's it going to turn out? We'll see. Ivan on tech. Hexicans and pulsicans. Make some noise. Are you rich now? Oh, 333 as well. 333 comments. We was looking for the numerology for no reason, just because we see these numbers everywhere, right? That's awesome. Yes. So Ivan, just to let you know, Ivan, remember, friends, I've been watching this ratio for Ivan for a year now. Ivan, remember last year, he sold all his PulseChain for soy around here. Okay, I think it was around here. No, it was around here. He sold all his PulseChain for soy. And now, this is the pulse-soy ratio. Okay, so if this thing goes down, PulseChain's losing against soy. When it goes up, it's gaining against it. So it is about to flip green on the weekly super trend. Okay, it's about to flip green here. And I wonder if Ivan's going to rotate back in. He might do a fast flash. We'll see. Check out Loma. Phenomenal price action on PumpFun. A masterclass illustration of trucking over every retail participant on your platform and nuking all social goodwill from the community. Extract mode. Now, why he's saying that, friends, is because PumpFun, it's starting to go up, but then it just straight nukes back down, and here we are again. So he's talking about this thing, and he's talking about how the ICO's down. It's kind of funny, friends. God, you little Solana kids, dude. Once again, let me just give you an insight to what you're doing. You're sucking on the feet of the LA vape cabal and the market maker cabal and the prostitute cabal. Okay, your pantry is full of Listerine. Okay, when it should be full of band-aids to be pegging your nipples. Okay, so what's been happening is all these people have come out and they go, "Oh, PumpFun, what a disaster." It was a success, dude. The founder is now $1.3 billion richer. Told you he was going to extract. Said he's extracting. Showed you on chain. They are dumping their soul. They dumped $700 million of soy. Lana last year in the past 12 months. Like, as far as I'm concerned, everything happened. That's the way they said it would happen. He came in, extract, believe in nothing, get all the kids in, it's over. Oh, man. They're just telling you, friends, that when in the crowd, you know, I told you emotions rule everything. They do, man. Well, how come all you people who said, oh, Richard Hart is an obvious scammer. Okay, bro. You literally just bought into a $1.3 billion offer. You're down 40% at the tail end of a Solana run after 1.5 years. You're going to get an ETF. You're still going down. The SEC just announced Project Crypto. They're putting all the SEC financial stuff on Ethereum. Stablecoin super cycles coming out. Right? How come that was unobvious to you? How come? Like I say, friends, because look, it's a game, dude. It's a game, friends. It's a game, and there's mental sparring and people throwing words. you're dealing with people, friends. That's why when you're in the game, as long as I am, okay, you don't see people like, oh, they're this multifaceted, amazing being. It's not, bro. It's either your bags are either going up or they're going down. That's it. The monthly candle of your bags, it's either green or it's red, okay? So when I hear someone talk, I'm like, sounds like your candle's green right now. Or your candle's red, okay? And that's why when people start talking and I'm like, you're talking like those green candles are never gonna print red for you, ever. That's what they were talking about for 1.5 years, right? Market comes and humbles you. LibertySwap Finance, yup, this one is doing the numbers, direct buy pressure, making a new record every day. So, friends, this is awesome. Thank you to Mr. Hex Lotus for showing all the bubbles. I love seeing all these bubbles and stuff, friends, especially when you guys do the filtering ones. These are great. So, LibertySwap Finance, friends, remember, why is LibertySwap Finance amazing? They've come in, Hex, 160%. That's beautiful. So, LibertySwap Finance, connecting to every chain, letting everyone simply swap and move in and buy PulseChain assets, even pDAI, even PWBTC. The account that runs LibertySwap Finance has often said Pulse to $1 and pDAI to $1 and everything for pumping. They did flip the switch. We did see some price action improvement and everything out here. Hopefully it does continue. And what they said is, I think on August 23rd, a privacy pool's coming. So it'll charge you 0.5% for the swap, but what you get is full privacy. So if you want to move hundreds of millions of dollars, you can. Okay, you can come and move it into the pool. It's USDC, USDT. They come in, and yeah, that's awesome. Right now, you're probably wondering, hey, can't Tether and USDC disable it? Do you remember, friends? I've got to be very careful how I talk. Okay, there was an account. Let's just say there was a person. Let's just say if I was to place my hand around their body and feel around, let's just say, I think, even though I'm blindfolded, let's say I'm blindfolded by Maria's glitter pants. I'm blindfolded out here. If I was to touch this person, I would feel a beak, and I would feel some feathers, and I would feel webbed feet. And then if I'd let them whisper in my ear, they'd go quack, quack, quack. That's personally what I think I was hearing. So this person said, they go, haha, if Tether or Circle were really in the business of disabling their currencies in gray areas, they would have done it in their tornado cash pools when it was banned by the US government last year. And that comment, friends, I'm here every day. Friends, you know these nipples. Okay, you know these nipples. They're as raw as anything, okay? I read a lot of stuff. And when I read that, I go, that's very interesting, quackity quack. I've never heard that comment from anybody before. I will now take note. Only one person talks like that, friends. I'm just telling you. And you know what? I've actually forgot who said that. That's kind of, I forgot who actually said that. But it's probably good because, like I said, friends, you blindfold yourself, you start feeling around that body, you're going to find wings, a beak. That's what I think. That's what I think, okay? So that's why I don't believe if this privacy pool happens, right, LibertySwap on August 23rd, I don't think you're going to see a disabling of Tether. Like, why would you leave your pool when literally North Korea is moving money through the stuff and Tornado Cash is literally sanctioned by the world governments? Why would you not disable that one? Why leave that there? Okay, so if they were willing to leave that there, that's crime on 1,000 times worse. You know what I mean? So makes you think. Bitcoin for corporations. MicroStrategy is forecasted to earn $24 billion in 2025, but trades at 4.7x earnings with a number 96 market cap. Interesting. So here we have MicroStrategy out here. Hopefully it does all pump up, man. I want to see it. Remember, friends, if you go to Bitcoin treasuries, you can look at the NAV. So how much is the Bitcoin on the balance sheet of each of these companies? Okay. Worth. So the NAV of, it's ticking down. Remember, it's down to 1.56. Okay. So just for everyone at home, okay, also at work, you can buy these stocks that have Bitcoin on their balance sheet, okay, and you're taking risk. It's basically the shit coins for stocks. So they promise that they will outperform Bitcoin, right? That's what they promise to do. We're going to outperform it. We're going to find ways to borrow money. Okay, you know how it's all going to end. It's going to end being boom bust cycle. But in 2021, you could buy Bitcoin on an ETF, a pre-ETF, the grayscale one. I call it the gay scale. Okay, so it was at a premium or a discount. It was at plus 25% premium running into the beginning of the bull market. And then as we hit like January, February 2021, so about 3 or 4 months before the retail alt season peak, it went from 25% premium to 0. And then it starts trading at negative 2%. So it crossed down. So that was like a sign that the Bitcoin money is exhausted. And they actually started rotating, and it couldn't catch up to BTC. It actually rotated into altcoins. Okay? I know this sounds crazy, and that's why a lot of Bitcoin maxis, they will scoff at this idea. But if this starts, friends, this used to trade at 3. Yeah, so pretty much when Bitcoin, I think at the time Bitcoin was like 80,000. So if it was still trading at 3, Bitcoin was worth, if it's today, you know how Bitcoin's 117K or whatever, it would have been worth $360,000 on their book. Right? You're probably wondering, like, who buys that, friends? People don't want to do the hard work. They'll just buy the closest thing to them. That's why, you know? That's why. I mean, you think of so many examples in life. You're like, hey, that lady, she can't even fit in your car. You probably need a forklift. Why are you taking her home? They're like, I don't know. She's the closest thing here, and it's 3:30 a.m. Do you see what I mean? Like, there's so many things, right? Or there's like a donut right next to you, but, you know, you can't be bothered heating up maybe that nice chicken stir fryer with your protein shake because, you know, it's going to take about 15 minutes. But there's a donut right here in front of you. Grab the, you know what I mean? So we just get what's closest to us, yeah? It's the same thing here. It's just that these people never see themselves as the unhealthy donut. So this NAV used to be 3. It's down to 1.56. So we might see that start to go down. Man, it's ticking down. It's ticking down, man. You remember, it used to be, friends, when I was covering it for you, started, it was a 1.75, 1.73, 72, 6. Now we're in the 5s, man. 5. Wow. If it starts ticking down, that might be alt seasons like in the last 3 to 4 months now. Yeah. I think GBTC went negative or towards 0 in February. And then alt season was March, April, May. Yeah, but literally the final 3 months. But it was actually the beginning of the final 3 months. So when GBTC went negative, from 0 to negative, alt season hadn't started at all. February, all you had was Doge had gone up and SHIB had gone up. That was it. Literally nothing else had moved. It was just starting to move. Okay. You know what we can do, friends? We'll keep it family friendly. Let's go and look at Meth, what it was doing in February of 2021, when GBTC went actually negative. So here it is. So Meth had its first run up and it broke its old high by around, let's check this out. It broke its 1400 high by 30-40%. And then it had one smack and it was up. So you never know, friends. If we did something similar, okay, obviously the percentages, you just got to be careful with that, right? You know, maybe it doesn't do 30-40%, or maybe it does. You never know. Maybe it actually does do a run up here and it hits 7,200, comes down, everyone thinks it's over, and then we do the final run up. And maybe Ethereum goes up and hits 10-11 or something up here, and then that's actually over, right? So maybe this equivalent here would be like that final scary big shake right before the euphoria where everyone's like, oh, no, it's all over, right? I want to show you as well what it actually looks like. If you're checking it out here, I still remember this. These are days, friends. So this is Ethereum breaking its all-time high right up here. So this thing, remember, these are days. So what happens is, look, Ethereum drops 35%. You got to remember, friends, like this is in one day. Look what Ethereum did. In one day, Ethereum tanked 31%. One day, man. One day. Literally, can you imagine, you know, let's say your portfolio, you started with 10 grand. You're like at 150 now. and you like think you're going to be a millionaire, and in one day it drops. Remember, Ethereum drops 30%, maybe altcoins drop like 45%. So your 150 now is like 70. One day. You just told everybody, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. 50% down. 24 hours, man. 24 hours. And then you just got to pray it's not over. And guess what? It actually came back, did a lower, higher low, and there we go. That was the run up into the euphoria. This didn't feel like euphoria, by the way. Only like some signs, because it was like, we always knew in our hearts, man, Ethereum's worth $1 trillion asset. You shouldn't have stopped there, but I'm just showing you how it all happened, right? So remember, it all came from those Bitcoin treasury stuff out here, okay? It all came from everyone's watching the Bitcoin treasuries and the MicroStrategy stuff. Check this out from Mert, a Solana maxi. So basically, Figma IPO priced at $30 by private bankers, where you get an allocation based on the fees you pay to the underwriters. The actual market opens at $95, goes past $120, meaning Figma missed out on a $3 billion raise and retail got rinsed. So basically, this is MEV with suits. Yeah, friends. See, the thing is, last cycle and before that, no one knew what an ICO was. Like retailers, because in traditional stock market world, you can never get into them. They give them to the banks. The banks underwrite everything, and they get the cheaper prices. So if a stock's going to launch at $1, the banks get to buy in for their insider buddy deals. They get to buy in at like 20 cents. And they market to retail to dump it on the open at $1. And retail buys in at $1, and they all get fleeced. Okay, so then, crypto comes in, tries to democratize stuff. We have 2017 ICO mania. 2021 is also good. But now, everyone knows the game. That's the tough part. Back then, it didn't matter what the project did. It just mattered that you were early. We don't have that game anymore, sadly. Because our friends, I've gotten absolutely decimated with ICO. We all got, it breaks my heart, man. Literally everything just destroyed. Everything destroyed. No wins. It's so sad. I hope they all turn around. I don't want to look at them. I don't look at them. I don't want to look. So now, if you go even check out Crypto Cobie, friends. Crypto Cobie, he has Echo. Echo's cool. Actually, funny. He says if anybody talks about it and they show the platform, you'll get removed from the platform. So Crypto Cobie's got Echo. The thing is, though, Echo, it allows people to get in and join IPOs. There's a problem, but there's too many. And I don't know what the hell these things do. I'm not joking, but there's layer 3 chain shit. There's layer 3, zero knowledge. We're gonna democratize Polymarket with a privacy switch, with the zero knowledge Monero protocol ring. Schnorr, signature, allocate. I don't know what the hell's going on, bro. I just don't know. I have no idea. I'm like, oh, we're gonna and then you end up finding out, man. It ain't so. It's like being early in crypto was just a big edge. You're like, hey, it didn't even matter how trash this project was because there's not that many of them. You could just get in early and you win. You can't do that anymore. You can't get into stuff, even though it's just, oh yeah, it's pretty garbage, but I'm getting in cheap. Yeah, you can't do that because there's too many things to choose from, right? And hence, by the way, that's how meme coin supercycle erupted. Because people are like, guess what? These projects are shit anyway. Let's just go build our own communities. Because these guys just keep rinsing us. They take our ICO money or whatever, they just dump anyway. So that's what happened, man. So how's it all going to play out? I don't know, man. I'm just, like I said, I'm excited for this ping pong coin. I'm excited for PulseChain pumping. PulseChain's first cycle. Hex has got a long way to come back as well. Big upside, okay? Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.